Hi, so this is the first story I'm going to be telling in my series of the Light series. The story is about a woman who lived in a house. This house was rather dark. She had a small candle she had to light up the whole house, and so it was poorly lit. You know, she could hardly get around her own house without stumbling. Sometimes she couldn't find what she was looking for. You know, the corners of the house she couldn't see. So she kind of gathered herself around this light, afraid even to wander. In her own house, she felt these shadows and ghosts in the shadows, always filled with terror, afraid of the areas of the house she hardly touched, she couldn't see. And she didn't feel, it wasn't pleasant living in this house for her. No peace of mind, no, always worrying, and but it was a house. It was the only place she had to stay. But one day there came a man. Somebody came knocking on the door, and she opened up the door, and it's this man, and this man is surrounded by light. He carried this lantern that was so bright. It was like LED. It was like the brightest, you know. And this man seemed to be in need of help himself, and said, I'm looking for a place to rent. I'm looking for a place to stay. I have nowhere to stay. Do you have room in your house? So I can stay with you. And this woman had to consider, because sharing, but she thought sharing her house, but she thought, wow, this guy has, with this amount of light, this whole house will be full of light if I receive him in my house. And I'll never lack light again in my life, and I'll feel at home, and I'll feel safe, and I'll have peace of mind, and it'll bring joy in this house that's been so quiet and eerie and gloom, you know. And I get to have a friendship with somebody. I can talk to somebody, you know. This would be really great. So she took him up on the offer. That's the story.